Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to explain to the best of my abilities why Luke Skywalker is my favorite Jedi, my favorite Star Wars character. Essentially why I'm so drawn to Luke Skywalker. And I'm going to just a premise. This will be me mostly referring to Luke Skywalker that we've seen in the in the original trilogy, and maybe dabble a little bit into Legends. But it'll be more so like Luke Skywalker of the original trilogy, right? So, as we know, Luke Skywalker is the son of Anakin Skywalker, twin to Darth Vader, and Padme Amidala, and the twin brother of Leia, who got adopted into the Organa family. Luke, essentially was raised by his aunt and uncle on Tatooine, right? Who knew nothing about what happened to his parents, and neither did Leia. To be fair, all Luke knew was his parents were dead, and he had to live with his aunt and uncle. But outside of his parents being dead, we didn't get any. I don't think Luke really knew that much about his parents. He knew that his father was Anakin, Skywalker, but he didn't know who Anakin was. And I'm not entirely sure if he knew who Padme was, or even knew her name during the events of the original trilogy. I could be wrong. At least by the time we meet him in New Hope, I don't think he knew about Padme or her name. Like I said, I could be wrong. So essentially, Luke didn't know who his heritage. Obi-Wan tells Luke, "Hey, your father was a Jedi. I can teach you the ways of the Force." Luke is hesitant at first, but then after his aunt and uncle are found as bones, they what's the word? Luke is then compelled to learn the ways of the Force and to help Princess Leia, which Luke doesn't know until episode 6 is his sister. Luke trains under Yoda and Obi-Wan essentially. And essentially by the time episode 6 ends, he becomes a Jedi and Luke preserves the Jedi Order. And in Legends, he becomes the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. In canon, he does too, but in canon, he's kind of the reason why Order 66 2.0 happened. But in Legends, that never happened. So, anywho, the reason why Luke is my favorite Jedi or Star Wars character is because when Luke found out that Vader was his father, Luke could have easily said, "Fuck you, Dad. You did these atrocious things. Fuck you. I don't want anything to do with you. You can go to hell. There's no place of redemption for you, Father." But Luke didn't do that. Luke saw the good in Vader. He kind of chose to see the good in his father, which panned out in the end. Which that alone kind of taught me that Luke, that sometimes, that people are how can I word this? Vader kind of taught me that, life can be, you can turn to, you may do some horrible shit, but it's never too late to, try to do the right thing. It might be a while for you to get redeemed, but redemption is plausible. And Luke Skywalker taught me that sometimes you will need to just have faith in a person in order for that person to turn back to being good, to get redeemed, right? To want to be redeemed. Granted that in Luke Skywalker's case, he nearly died in order for his father to say, yeah, I want to be redeemed. What else? Another reason why I'm a fan of Luke is because of his loyalty to his friends. And what I mean by that, and you guys will know if you watched Empire Strikes Back. Luke, in the middle of his Jedi training, he gets visions that Han and Leia are in danger. Besides completing his Jedi training, which to preserve the Jedi religion, he should have stayed there to preserve the Jedi, like, from that perspective. But Luke's love for Leia, Han, Chewbacca, 3PO, that's what helps to... That side is strong enough to say, you know what? As much as I would like to, like, continue my training, I won't be able to concentrate right until I save my friends. And despite Obi-Wan and Yoda's warnings, Luke goes anyways. Granted that because Luke went in there, he did get his hand cut off by Vader. And, but on the bright side in that situation, he was able to either, like, one, he was able to learn the truth that Darth Vader's Anakin Skywalker, because I highly doubt Yoda and Obi-Wan would have, like, been open to tell Luke that. So he was able to give the truth, no matter how horrific that is. He had the truth, despite it coming out of the cost of his hand. And two, Luke, like, sure, you can say, like, Leia and Lando would have got out anyways, but I think, like, in a weird way, Luke gave Leia, Lando, Chewbacca, and the droids enough time to get away. Granted that, as we see, Leia went back to Luke after Luke used the Force to talk to her, saying, I need your help, Leia. And essentially because of that, they were able to also, like, team up together to go save Han at Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. So, like, even though Luke risked the Jedi Order to be fully, pretty much extinct and his Jedi training to be very little, which mainly was, I do respect that Luke has his loyalty and love for his friends. And I respect that too, because, like, that shows right there that he's, like, willing to sacrifice himself to save his friends. That he's, if he was a real person, he will be literally one of the real ones. In the world where people nowadays decide to be fake, I don't know why people decide to be fake. It essentially makes themselves look bad and it hurts good people. It makes good people jaded. But if Luke Skywalker was real, I would want to be friends with him, because he is one of the real ones, and I respect him for that. Luke Skywalker's loyalty and the ability, like, to, like, push the best in people, and essentially like preserving the Jedi Order, and in Legends improving upon the Jedi Order. In Disney's canon is yet to be seen, because like we see in Book of Boba Fett, he still had that dogmatic way of attachments that Jedi had, and essentially Luke is the reason why the Jedi essentially got destroyed. Like, sure, like Ben Solo might have had some dark thoughts in his head, but Luke Skywalker kind of pushed Ben Solo to accepting those dark thoughts, if that makes sense. But Legends Luke Skywalker, I preferred that one because he actually did some more shit than in Disney's canon. But Luke Skywalker has taught me to sometimes, like, yes, there are some people who has done some terrible things. Some of those people may do some terrible things to you. In Luke's case with Vader, cut off his hand and essentially nearly killing him. But despite that, Luke had faith that said person, being Vader, his father, had the capability and was worthy of redemption. And Luke was right. And it taught me that in some cases where I like previously was quick to judge, or I should say judge, but quick to say, screw you, you did me dirty, fuck you, I don't want anything to do with you, to try to have like at least some understanding and to have hope and faith that that person will come back around. And granted that I have applied that in my life, because there's been some people in my life where I had falling outs with. And there's that side of me always that I was hoping that me and that person would, as the saying goes, kiss and made up. And thankfully, I was blessed enough to have that kiss and make up saying going to fruition with some people who I had a falling out with years ago, who me and said person or people actually talked shit out. Now, granted, there's still some people that I'm falling out that we haven't talked things out, and I'm open to doing that. And some, like, whenever they're ready, but yeah, Luke Skywalker essentially helped me not go into that trap of being close-minded and saying people can't change. Because people can change. Luke Skywalker and essentially Anakin Skywalker helped me see that people can change for the better. Of course, they will want to have to, and sometimes, sadly, people don't want to. But people can change, and sometimes they just need someone to believe in them in order for them to have the proper push. And sometimes, like, people will, like, tell you things too, like what Obi-Wan and Yoda said, that you shouldn't go into facing Vader because there's no more good in him. But it's okay to, like, hear what that person says, but don't, like, really, like, take it to, like, full-on heart, if that makes sense. Like, someone may say, like, oh, you never be an accountant, you'll be better as a scientist, whatever, for example. But if you want to be an accountant, you can take what that person takes to heart, says, I hear you, but I'm going to be an accountant to prove them wrong. And that's what Luke Skywalker did, is proved Yoda and Obi-Wan wrong about Vader not being able to change for the better. So I'm still, like, trying to, like, emulate that, because there's that part of me that's a people's pleaser. So I'm trying to, like, Luke Skywalker made some of his own decisions. Of course, there were some events that pushed him to those decisions, like his aunt and uncle dying, which pushed Luke to join the rebellion, which essentially helped the rebels blow up the first Death Star, help the Jedi not be completely extinct, help the Jedi get preserved, essentially. So yeah, that's essentially like what Luke Skywalker did for me. That in recap, gave me hope that people can change. In terms of like, don't be quick to assume that people can't change. Sometimes people just need that person to have hope in them so that they can change, to have faith in them that they can change, for them to change. That it's okay. Like, there's no shame in trying something now despite what people tell you. And definitely just like help me see that loyalty, being loyal to people, like sure some people don't deserve your loyalty, but like being real with people will get you in the right crowds. It will take you into the right crowds, and that's everything. Well, some of the great things that Luke Skywalker taught me. And always don't stop improving yourself. So that's some of the things that Luke Skywalker has taught me. I just want to come here, share some of the things like why I'm so drawn to Luke Skywalker. So what's that one character in the Star Wars universe that you're drawn to, and why? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love y'all. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another, and make the force be with us all.